How much would you pay for a new Galaxy phone with a curved screen and top-end specs? Because Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S25 Edge might cost more than you think. The pricing hasn't been officially announced yet, but Samsung may have accidentally revealed it on their own website. That's right, this leak didn't come from some sketchy source or a random tweet. It came straight from Samsung Canada, and it's giving us a strong clue about where this new phone stands in their lineup. Here's what happened. Samsung ran a promotion in Canada where you could get a discount on a Galaxy Tab S10 FE if you bought a Galaxy S25 or certain home appliances. In the fine print of that deal, someone spotted something very interesting, a listing for the Galaxy S25 Edge along with its prices. These numbers weren't guesses. They were listed right there on an official Samsung page, and they give us a pretty good idea of what kind of price tag the S25 Edge is going to carry. According to the listing, the 256GB version of the Galaxy S25 Edge is priced at $1,678.99 Canadian dollars. The 512GB version is listed at $1,858.99 Canadian dollars now. When you convert those numbers to US dollars, we're looking at about $1,200 for the base model and around $1,340 for the higher storage option. That's definitely not budget friendly. In fact, it places the Galaxy S25 Edge in a very premium spot, more expensive than the regular Galaxy S25 and even competing with top-end iPhones or foldable phones like Samsung's own Galaxy Z Fold models. So what does this tell us? First, the S25 Edge is not going to be just another version of the regular Galaxy S25. It looks like Samsung is setting this up as something special, maybe with a sleeker design, more advanced display tech, or some extra features that haven't been confirmed yet. We already know Samsung has shown off the device at a few events, but even though people have seen it in person, the full specs and pricing details have been kept quiet until now. This leak changes things. It sets expectations and tells us that if you're planning to buy the S25 Edge, you should be ready to spend a lot. The pricing makes it clear. This phone is targeting people who want a top-of-the-line experience and are willing to pay a premium for it. Now, of course, prices in Canada don't always match the prices of the US or other countries. There are taxes, currency differences, and other things that can affect the final cost. But still, this gives us the clearest hint so far about what to expect. And if that $1,200 starting price holds, then Samsung is clearly putting this device up against the best of the best. Think iPhone Pro Max level, not the standard Galaxy S25. It's a bold move, and it shows that the company sees real potential in this Edge model. The official launch is set for May 13th, and that's when we'll get all the confirmed details, like the full list of specs, design, camera upgrades, and maybe even some unexpected features. Until then, this leak gives us something to think about. Is the Galaxy S25 Edge worth that kind of money? Will it offer enough to stand out from other premium phones, or is Samsung simply trying to test the waters with a fresh design and a big price tag? Let us know what you think. Would you pay over $1,000 for a curved Galaxy phone, or are you sticking with the standard models? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update on Samsung's new releases. What's slimmer than any Galaxy phone before and yet comes with a massive 200 megapixels main camera? That's exactly what the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge promises to deliver. But if you've been waiting for its big launch this April, there's been a sudden change in plans. Samsung has officially postponed the release of the Galaxy S25 Edge. The launch was originally set for April 2025, but reports now confirm that the release is pushed to May. The good news is we already have a pretty clear idea of what to expect and when. According to a report by FN News, Samsung will hold a Galaxy Unpacked event on May 13, where it will announce all the key details, colors, pricing, and full specifications of the Galaxy S25 Edge. Right after that, pre-orders will begin on May 14 and stay open until May 20. If everything goes as planned, Samsung will officially release the phone on May 23 in South Korea and China, followed by a launch in the United States on May 30. Other global markets will receive it later. So why all the excitement around this phone? The Galaxy S25 Edge is expected to be Samsung's thinnest smartphone ever. Reports say it will be between 5.8mm and 6.4mm thick. That's incredibly thin, especially when you compare it to most modern phones that usually measure around 7 to 8mm. Not only that, but it's also going to be very lightweight, which could make it easier to hold and carry. With more people now looking for phones that don't feel bulky or heavy, Samsung seems to be tapping into a growing demand for sleek and slim designs. However, to achieve this level of thinness, Samsung reportedly had to remove the telephoto camera from the phone. That might disappoint some people who use zoom features regularly. But to make up for it, the Galaxy S25 Edge will come with a 200 megapixels main camera, which is still a big deal in terms of photo quality. And then there's the price. According to leaks, the 256 gigabytes version of the Galaxy S25 Edge will cost 1.5 million Korean won, which is about 1,049 US dollars. The 512 gigabytes version could be priced at 1.63 million Korean won, or around 1,140 US dollars. These prices put it in the premium smartphone category, but it's still a bit more affordable than some other flagship models from Samsung and Apple. Interestingly, the Galaxy S25 Edge was first seen back in January 2025 during the original Galaxy Unpacked event, alongside the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. But back then, Samsung didn't give much information. Now, with an event scheduled and leaks confirming the new timeline, things are finally starting to look more certain. So why is Samsung so focused on thinness this time? It's all about staying ahead in the market. More users now prefer phones that feel lighter, thinner, and easier to handle. Samsung likely wants to offer something that stands out from the crowd, especially as other brands also begin chasing similar design trends. In short, the Galaxy S25 Edge looks like it will be a stylish, thin, and high-performance phone with a big focus on camera and design. Are we getting too obsessed with thinness when it comes to smartphones? That's the question many people are starting to ask after hearing rumors about the upcoming iPhone 17 Air. Apple is pushing the boundaries with a new design that's so thin it could redefine the iPhone lineup. But here's the thing, how much thinner can they really go before it becomes a problem? The iPhone 17 Air is rumored to be just 5.5 millimeters thick. Yes, you read that right, just 5.5 millimeters. That's thinner than some of the wallets we carry around and definitely much slimmer than the usual iPhones we've seen over the years. For comparison, the iPhone 17 Pro models are expected to be around 8.7 millimeters thick, which is already considered pretty sleek. So you can see just how drastic this change might be. Tech YouTuber Louis Hilsentigger, known for his channel Unbox Therapy, recently shared his thoughts on the new dummy models of this ultra-thin iPhone. He was visibly stunned by how slim the device looked, but he also expressed concern. After all, of all this extra slimness, there's a real risk that the iPhone could bend easily, something that Apple definitely doesn't want. This concern isn't unfounded. Anyone who remembers Bendgate from 2014 knows that a thinner iPhone can sometimes lead to serious issues. The iPhone 6 Plus, which was the first iPhone to come in a larger size, faced major backlash after it was found to bend when placed under pressure. And if you didn't know, Louis was actually the one who showed the world how easy it was to bend the iPhone 6 Plus, sparking a huge debate. So it's not surprising that he's cautious about this new Model 2. But Apple seems to be learning from its past mistakes. According to recent leaks, the iPhone 17 Air will use a combination of titanium and aluminum for its frame, providing extra strength to keep the phone from bending, even with its thinner design. The idea is to keep the phone looking sleek while still making sure it's durable enough for daily use. It's a tough balance, but Apple might just pull it off. Another key change with this new model is the display size. Initially, Apple was rumored to include a massive 6.9-inch screen on the iPhone 17 Air, similar to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. However, reports now suggest that the company is scaling that back to 6.6 inches. Why? It turns out that larger screens, while visually appealing, can increase the risk of bending. By reducing the size of the display, Apple is hoping to make the device more durable without sacrificing the overall design. Now, the big question is, how will all this affect the battery life? A thinner phone might sound exciting, but it could also mean less room for a decent-sized battery. And we all know that a smaller battery could lead to shorter usage times, which is a huge downside. But Apple seems to have thought ahead. To make space for a larger battery, the iPhone 17 Air will reportedly drop some of the extra camera lenses found on the Pro models. While the camera setup may not be as advanced as the iPhone 17 Pros, it should still deliver solid performance without draining the battery too quickly. Moreover, Apple is introducing a new in-house modem chip called the C1, which is designed to be more efficient. Combined with improved software optimization, the iPhone 17 Air's battery life is expected to be on par with what we see in current iPhones, even with a smaller battery. So it seems like Apple is trying to give users a phone that's thin, powerful, and efficient, all at the same time. What do you think about the idea of an ultra-thin iPhone? Would you trade some features for a sleeker design, or do you think Apple is pushing it too far? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this update, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more news on the latest iPhone leaks and tech updates.